at any point, was it like where you was just kind of used to it and you was just doing it?
Yeah, I was like going along with it. Like, I knew it wasn't okay, but I also like, I don't know, I was going along with it.
Did like a part of you, and I'm just gonna ask, right? Because they know I ask these tough questions.
Yeah.
Was there a part of you that like enjoyed it or anything like that? Did you ever tell her that you felt like she didn't really? So if she's watching this video on YouTube, she's hearing this for the first time. So I mean, what would you like to tell her? She's watching right now. Sometimes it's easier to talk to people when they're not right in front of us, kind of get everything out. What would you like to tell her?
I love my mom.
What's up, YouTube? Man, it looks like things are heating up for summer 23. So stay tapped in. Now back to the content. What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews out here with another one. So we got a young lady with us today. How you doing today, miss?
I'm good.
All right. So are you homeless?
Yeah.
Okay, and so how old are you?
I'm 23.
23. And so how long have you been homeless?
Well, over a year now.
Over a year?
Yeah.
And so what was it that happened over a year ago that caused you to become homeless?
Well, I was staying with family, and I guess they just got tired of me, staying with them and wanted me to get on my feet and not depend on them, so yeah.
What family are we talking about?
My mom, my grandma.
Okay. All right. And so, I mean, did they just tell you had to go, or?
Well, a situation happened where I really had no choice. They actually live in Florida right now, so I'm up here on my own.
So did they like move out of where they was at or something, or?
I was staying with my grandmother, and she lived in a 55 and older community, and they were like, I can't be there anymore.
I got you. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
You was gonna get them in trouble, basically.
Yeah, my mom. I couldn't stay with her because her boyfriend didn't want me staying with them.
Why not?
Whatever his reasons were.
Was it his house or apartment? Or?
They were both on the lease, so it wasn't all his. But
I mean, how did that make you feel?
I felt like my mom should have chose, her child over.
Okay.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, we'll tap into that a little bit. So,
Yeah.
Is this your only child?
Yeah.
Okay, and so how old is he?
He's 14 months.
14 months.
Yeah, he's a year old.
Okay. I see he's a hungry kid, man.
Yeah, he's tired.
Getting his nutrition right now.
Yep.
Okay, and so, as far as the dad goes, is he like active and present in his life, or not so much?
When he wants to be, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, is he homeless as well right now? Okay, so he's also in a homeless situation?
Yeah.
Did y'all meet each other in like a homeless type situation, or?
I met him. He had his own apartment. I wasn't homeless at the time. It's just, life.
So in the process, he's become homeless?
Right.
Has he been homeless for as long as you have, or has it been like a little bit shorter? Longer?
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, because I guess 14 months, that means about 2 years ago. 2 years ago, was he homeless?
Yeah. Yeah. He was actually staying with me and my mom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And so is he like around the same age as you, or is he older?
He's 25.
25? Okay. Yeah, because I mean, some people are going to say, well, why'd y'all get pregnant if, in a bad financial situation and things like that?
Yeah, and I never wanted to do that. I always wanted to be financially stable, and I guess there's never like a right time to have a baby, but
well, I mean, one thing about it, when you're living together and you're having sex, unprotected, and every day is, it's only a matter of time.
Right.
When you're in your 20s especially.
Yeah.
It's like it's pretty much not if but when you'll get pregnant.
I wish I would have waited, but
so you do kind of regret not waiting so much?
I don't regret having him.
Right, and that's not what I mean. We know that. But just, when you think about
right.
I get it. Are you guys still together?
We still talk, yeah.
Are y'all still like in a relationship?
Yeah, it's just complicated because he still lives in Florida.
Okay, so how long have you been here in Atlanta?
I moved out here in May 1st.
Okay, and so when you first became homeless, it was in Florida?
Yeah.
Okay, so what made you decide to come out here to Atlanta?
So when I didn't have anywhere to stay out there, that situation that happened that caused me to, end up about to be on the streets.
So what was the situation?
Well, when I was staying at my grandmother's house, he was also staying with us.
Okay.
And him and my grandma had got into it.
So that's what happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she had got us put out.
What did he get into it with your grandma about?
She didn't want him there anymore, and he was already staying there, for some months. So he really didn't have to leave, and he was just saying, let me save up money so we can, have somewhere to go, at least get a hotel. And she just wasn't trying to hear it. And the police were called, this whole situation happened, and basically, yeah, CPS got called on me because of that situation. So they basically said if we're on the streets, they were going to take him. And I wasn't going to let that happen. So I just wanted to go somewhere where I knew.
So you ran away. I get it. I mean, that's essentially what happened. I get it. And I understand why. You were scared. You didn't want them to take your baby.
Yeah.
I understand that. But let me ask, up to this point, have you considered the fact that maybe you chose a guy that maybe you shouldn't have? Because this, your grandma has every right to not want a grown man living in her house there, and especially it been there months. That's all that it should really take to kind of, if you got a certain sense of urgency, that's all it should take to get off on your feet, And so the fact is that it sounded like he got comfortable there, and that's probably, she wasn't feeling that at all, because that's her space, and I get that.
Right.
And then you say it's a 55 plus community, so really she was really doing the legal,
she was doing
right?
A favor for
Right,
us,
right, a huge favor. So his plan should have been to get out of there as soon as possible.
Right.
So I get that. So, all right, but okay. So we find ourselves in this situation. So, and by the way, have you ever been married?
No.
No. Okay. All right. So let's just start from the beginning.
Okay.
So where are we from?
I was born in Los Angeles, in Hawthorne, California.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're from LA. So, and did you grow up in LA or did you grow up somewhere else?
No, my mom had moved us to Virginia when I was a couple months old. My father still lives out there, but I'm from Virginia, Northern Virginia.
Okay. Like Northern Virginia, like DMV?
Yeah, like Prince William County. I lived out there.
Hey, man. Shout out to DMV. Shout out that Northern Virginia, man. Yes, sir. And definitely shout out LA, man, all day. Yeah, we love LA. I like to visit anyway. I would never move there. But anyway, all right. So growing up in Virginia, did you have both mom and dad in the household?
No, my dad lives in California. I would visit him like every summer when I turned 4. I would go fly out there and see him, but I live with my mom. Okay,
and so growing up with mom, did you have brothers and sisters in the household?
I have 6 younger sisters.
Okay, all in the house with you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm the oldest.
So this was a house full of ladies? And there was 8 of y'all?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, do not sign me up for that. Okay, all right. So I mean, growing up, would you say that you had like a fairly normal childhood?
Yeah, I was good in school. Just helped my mom with my sisters. We just moved around a lot. My mom wasn't really stable.
Right, financially. Yeah, I get it.
So we were always moving around. Never stayed in one place for too long.
I mean, there was 7 of y'all. How many different dads?
So she has 5 of my sisters with the same guy. I have a different dad.
Okay.
And her youngest one right now has a different dad who she's with right now.
Okay. That's the stepdad that you say didn't want to. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, why do you think he doesn't want you to stay there? Why do you really think?
I feel like because of his father, he didn't want him coming around. And like I told him, he wasn't going to because of that whole situation that happened at my grandmother's house. So it wasn't even a possibility, but he wasn't trying to hear it. I said I was gonna, help with rent and all of that, but he just wasn't trying to hear it. Yeah, when I showed up there, my grandma dropped me off. He was furious.
Livid, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, people like their space, and people, your house, wherever you live at, that's like your peace.
And it wasn't going to be like long term. It was just until I could get into a shelter.
Yeah, no, listen. I think that they should have let you stay. But I understand why, if given there was drama and stuff like that, especially, you know, what it's sounding like is boiling down to is just another young lady that just picked the wrong guy to be with and to have a kid with, and you know, it's kind of messing your stuff up, you know, with your people basically.
Yeah.
You know, like if you wasn't tethered to that guy, it sounds like you'd have a roof over your head right now.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, growing up, I'm just gonna ask, right? Like, did anything ever happen to you? You know, what happened?
I wouldn't say I was like raped. I was just molested.
What age did that happen?
I was like 8 years old when it first happened.
So it was ongoing? What was it that was happening?
You know, he was just touching me and trying to have me touch him, and he would kiss me, and yeah, and then it like continued with other people in the family.
Like what, your sisters or something?
That same person that did it to me ended up doing it to my sister, and I always thought like if I would have spoke up, it would never happen to her. But
so who was it? Was it a family member?
yeah.
Have you ever told anybody who it was?
Yeah, because my mom ended up walking in when he was doing it to her.
What? When he was doing it to who?
My sister.
Are you kidding me? Well, and so I'm asking, I mean, was he penetrating her at that point, or was he just touching?
My sister never talked to me about it, but my mom basically said that they were both naked and he was on top of her, so. And she's 5 years younger than me.
Wow. I mean, and he never did that to you?
No.
So just like the touching and the asking to touch and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, when did you find out that he did this to your sister? How old were you at that point?
I was like 11.
And so, I mean, you touched on it just now, but I mean, I guess you say that you may have felt like a little bit of guilt about not speaking up. How did you feel? You tell me.
I felt like it was my fault, you know?
That it happened to her?
Yeah.
So you like carried a lot of that blame?
I do.
You still do?
Yeah, because if I would have spoken up, it would have never happened. He would have got help sooner. And it's not even his fault because he was touched as a child, you know? And he got help.
And this was, you say, your uncle, you said?
It was actually her brother.
So it was her brother?
Yeah, on her dad's side.
Okay, so
like now my mom doesn't have any boys, but her
right. You said that because you said that she had 5 kids with this one guy.
And that one guy had a son.
Okay.
And it was his son.
And was he older than you?
Yeah, he's 2 years older than me.
Okay, so he was trying to do things to you, but you were a little bit closer to his age, so he didn't press. But then
and
with your little sister,
older, he went down to my sister. Yeah.
So he stopped at some point.
When he got help.
So I mean, well, I'm talking about with you though.
Oh yeah,
he stopped with you,
stopped.
and then so I mean, was it at any point? Was it like where you was just kind of used to it and you was just doing it?
Yeah, I was like going along with it. Like I knew it wasn't okay, but I also like I don't know. I was going along with it.
Did like a part of you, and I'm just gonna ask, right? Because you know they know I ask these tough questions.
Yeah.
Was there a part of you that like enjoyed it or anything like that?
A part of me did, like having that attention, and.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I can imagine in a household with that many kids that every kid is gonna feel a lack of attention, some type of deficit, because, you know, I mean, that's just a lot of kids to have to kind of pay attention to, take care of, be nuanced about, you know, and so oftentimes parents are not able to pull off that feat, and you know, these are the type of things that result. So this is why I ask these questions. I mean, so when you talked to your mom about it, what was her response?
Well, she finally asked me after she found out what
happened with your sister.
Yeah, and she was like, well, did he ever do anything to you? And I was like, yeah. And she really had no reaction, and that kind of like hurt me, because like I wanted her to cry, you know. Just,
you wanted her to show that she cared.
Yeah, and she
didn't
really say nothing.
I mean, did you ever? Is she still living, right? Yeah, you say okay. So Did you ever tell her that you felt like she didn't really? So if she's watching this video on YouTube, she's hearing this for the first time. So I mean, what would you like to tell her? She's watching right now. Sometimes it's easier to talk to people when they're not right in front of us, kind of get everything out. What would you like to tell her?
You know, I love my mom, you know, and everything that she did to support us. And, you know, she showed that she cared most of the time. I just wish, like, at that point in my life that she just showed me a little bit more that she cared. And
what effect do you think it had on you that she didn't? How do you think that affected your life, the way you move, the way you think?
Well, she never really worried about me because I was always good in school. And so when I got into high school, you know, she didn't really care what I did. And that's when it like just went.
That's when it went left.
Yeah. I had a boyfriend, but it was, you know, I should have been more disciplined, you know.
Did you end up graduating high school?
Yeah.
Okay, any college after that?
I actually did 1 semester at Northern Virginia Community College. Yeah.
Shout out North Virginia Community College.
Yeah.
All right, man. And so I mean, it's okay. So we find ourselves in this position.
Right.
You know, you're 23, still very, you know, pretty young. You got a handsome young fella here, and kind of a sounds like waffly kind of situation with the dad or whatever.
Yeah.
So what is your plan? What's your plan to kind of get out of this position and to get into some stability?
Well, he's in daycare now. He just started, so I'm gonna get a job so I can save up. Hopefully, move into affordable housing, even though that's hard to find. But
Whew, good luck here in Atlanta.
yeah, so that's my plan, just to get us into somewhere, because we currently stay at a shelter, but we have to leave November.
Yeah, they have time limits on those.
Yeah.
And so what about the dad? Do you guys plan on trying to actually, you know, do a relationship and be like that, or?
Yeah, I want to try.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it. Now I'm gonna tell this guy, you know, I haven't seen him. I don't know what his side of the story is or anything else, but just knowing the basic facts, right? He's gonna have to step it up, and I don't know what his background is or anything else, but he's gonna have to get his manhood on. And because, you know, you got a family, you got a young lady that wants to try with you, so you got to really step it up, and you can't be comfortable like staying in other people's place and things like that.
Yeah.
So if you guys work together, you put two incomes together, and you know, you put one foot in front of the other, you can make it happen out here. Two people can make it happen, but it has to be two people that are on the same mindset.
Correct.
So, all right, well, look, if anybody out there wanted to reach out, help, or donate, do you have a way they could do that? Do you have social media, Cash App, anything like that?
Yeah, I have Instagram.
Okay, what's your IG?
It's _SOY_MAYA_, so like Soy Maya.
Okay.
And then I have Cash App here is Sosa Cologne 7.
So spell that out.
SOSA COLON 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, listen, like I say, we really appreciate you. What's your background? Is it black and what?
My mom's Puerto Rican.
Okay, so black and Puerto Rican, so Boricua?
Yes.
Okay, I love it. All right, well, like I say, we really appreciate you, and we definitely wish you nothing but the best, okay?
Thank you.
Make sure you have a good one,
appreciate it.
sweetie.
Thank
All right.
you. You too.